guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Mercedes. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're returning, as always, welcome back to my channel. So I know I sound a little stuffy, a little under the weather, and that is because I just got back from a trip and my allergies are terrible, y'all. I thought that I had like grew out of it because I had like really bad allergies when I was young, a kid, and I just mysteriously felt like I grew out of it. But I've had the worst flare up after coming back home. But I sound a little stuffy. It's okay. We're gonna get through this video because I've been wanting to do a garden tour since I got back home, so you guys can see what the garden looks like now that I am back home. I did it before on TikTok. Some stuff died because nobody was watering it, but I'm just gonna show you guys starting with the stuff on the patio. And by the way, I did not cut my grass. My weeds is outrageous because we don't use weed control or anything in the backyard, so they are hideous. We're gonna cut the grass, but it rained last night, so not today. All right, guys. So starting here, I have my patio fruit tree. So we have the cherry. This is the Barbados cherry tree. It hasn't done much since I bought it. It's still the same size. This is the pomegranate, and again, it hasn't done much since I bought it. It's still the same size. I don't know. My pineapple, y'all, I don't know what's going on with it. It just, this is what I came home to, dried up leaves. I don't know if it's sunburned or it's just dead. I don't know. But we're gonna have some honeydew, some watermelon that I want to get planted, and some tomatoes in here. More watermelon. We have tomatoes that I need to get planted, nasturtiums, and then this is squash. I don't know if it's gonna make it though. That's crazy. I already got little squash plants on it, so I'm gonna probably plant these up in a minute. We have this. My lettuce, it burnt out and it went to seed. Both of these are going to seed, and then the cilantro has already went to seed. And then I have more peppers in here. As you see, I have all these peppers that I don't know what I'm gonna do with. And I have some flowers in this one here. Flower beds. My flower. Oh well, it's becoming a flower, but it just won't stay up, unfortunately. More flowers, different kind of flowers, marigolds, grass growing in there. I can't. My sunflower is over there, and then over here, say, all right. So this is all of my greens. I had a caterpillar problem in here when I came back, and I picked like 3 of them off, but there's probably more. But you can see it ate that lettuce down to the bone. Got some nasturtiums. Lettuce. Yeah, you can see something still eating these. This one I need to honestly get in here and pick these and figure out what I'm gonna do with them. But you can tell like a lot of this stuff is getting bit by something. 8, should I say? Those are my collards back there. I don't know if this is leaning down on it, but yeah, we got flowers. Basil, marigold. And here, same. It looks like something's been eating these. And it's crazy because it's still cold and they're already out here. But that's spinach. I put a bean plant in here because I plan to take the rest of this stuff out. Alright guys, so voice over time. I just couldn't take my voice. So we have all the spinach here, and it is growing crazy with all the rain that we've been getting. So I'm going to harvest some of this at the end of today's video. I have carrots thrown in here along with some peppers. I have paprika and bell pepper, as well as some basil, some flowers. All of my beds have basil and flower in them. Even if I don't mention it, they have basil and flowers because I'm trying to attract the pollinators, as well as just have some trap crops for the caterpillars. My potatoes here, I need to fill them up with some more soil. This is also peppers. I have cayenne pepper as well as jalapeno pepper. This bed is not doing so well. I had onions in here and they almost all died, and my peppers aren't really growing either. And I'm so sad about it because these are my favorite peppers, cayenne and jalapeno. So hopefully it can bounce back, but we will see. In this bed, I have corn as well as beans and, of course, flour and basil. I plan to add some more beans to this bed. Once my corn starts to grow a little more, I'm going to put in some pole beans so that they can hopefully grow up the corn. So here I have a container of kale. When I left, this kale was full of aphids. Well, I tried to spray the aphids off. I don't know how well I did, but it's still surviving, and it has a basil plant in there as well. My broccoli, it was going to seed, or should I say flowering, but I don't know. I guess it's confused by this weather. One minute it's super hot, next minute it's cold, chilly. It's confused. I understand. But I heard you can eat broccoli leaves, so I may pick some of these leaves and freeze them to make something. In this bed, we have okra seedlings that are starting to pop up. This is going to be my okra bed, but it does have some kale in it. It has some collards in it, and it has a lot of weeds in this bed as well, which is frustrating. But I'm trying to plant densely so that we can weed out the weeds. In this container, I have some chamomile. I have a lettuce that is flowering, bolting, whatever you want to call it. My chamomile, I did already pick some of this when I came back, and I'm just setting them to the side for them to dry out. Have some kale, some dill, and then spinach over there that was super dried out when I got back. Here I have broccoli that has went to seed, and I'm just letting them dry completely out. And then I'm going to take these out and put a tomato plant in this container. The roots are really thick in this container, so I'm going to have to amend that soil. I have my blackberry plant that is in a container. I'm trying to contain it because it has thorns on it. And then here's my little sunflower that is just knocked over by the wind. All right, so in the small container, I have my strawberries, which I've had such a love-hate relationship with my strawberries. They grow and they produce, but they're so small and they tend to get eaten by the snails. I am just trying to figure out, maybe I need to just up pot these, put them in a bigger container so that they can grow bigger fruit. But all in all, the fruit, the strawberries, they be good. They're just really, really small. So it's kind of hard for me to harvest these strawberries on camera, but as you can see, they do need to get picked. But next to it, I have my asparagus, and one of my asparagus died while I was away. Like, it just uprooted itself and it's hanging out over there. I'm going to put it in the compost, but everything else looks to be doing fine. It's just weird. I think it got broken by the wind or something. I don't know. Then we have more potatoes. I was trying out this whole potato experiment in a box, and the box is breaking. The box is on its last leg, but we're going to try to add some more soil on top and see if we get a good harvest. It's just all trial and error. In this bed, I have mostly tomato plants. I plan to add those squash that you seen earlier in the video in this bed as well with the tomatoes. But I do plan to add a trellis to the back of this bed so that the tomatoes can grow up it. Some of the tomatoes that I planted before I left actually did not make it because I planted a lot more just because I had so many tomatoes, and I don't know what is what. I just know that they're either Roma, Celebrity, or Sweet 100 tomatoes because that's all I planted. And then in this bed, I have some corn, beans, nasturtiums, basil, and I have my garlic off to the side, which should be ready to be harvested around end of May, beginning of June. So I'm excited to finally get something to harvest because my patience is running low. I do plan to add my watermelon and my cantaloupes, but I do plan to add that to a whole nother part of my backyard, and I will keep you guys updated if that's something that you want to see. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of a garden update. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of that spinach that I got. guys.